So I feel that all three pieces of media are very effective in order to create a sincere link between the same film that's actually being promoted to the public, but especially toward the main audience, because each of the texts incorporate very similar aspects in which each area of the text actually promote, creating a greater linkage between all three. And they all promote one another with similarities to add to the film's story, the characters, and the adult-themed content to expect within the actual film and the genre as a whole. So, the advantage of actually having many pieces of media publications, such as the poster and the magazine front cover, is to gain a wider recognition of the actual film, to attract a wider audience toward it. The main trailer will be great to actually promote the film and its story and advance more towards the story and life of the actual characters and even their differences, which may even attract a personal appeal toward a wider audience, as they may feel like Sal does. They may feel under pressure and vulnerable, and they may appreciate this when they actually watch the film or the trailer. And yeah, I mean, especially between the different sides of the lore also. So the ancillary texts which are made include the poster and the magazine front cover. I also created different products in order to actually advertise the product greatly, but also to create possible products which could and possibly would be made if the film actually was made also. The examples that were created include a USB stick, a mug, a t-shirt, and a general poster for household usage, because they do this a lot with many films which are actually sold and recognised globally. They do this very well, even with like translations of posters, for example, just to attract a wider audience and make it more appealing. With films actually being advertised toward the public, merchandise such as these mentioned are created on a larger scale, sold across the world, depending on where the film is most likely to actually be viewed in relation to what the audience would possibly interact with. I also wanted to make the film itself, after its completion, to actually be available to book tickets for online. Doing so with the use of the View website address, and the poster would also be used there, not just to be used across. Actually, no, I'll talk about that later. Actually, this would allow the audience, if it was on their website, the cinema website, to actually view the trailer, book the film's viewings, and possibly even rate the film, therefore adding much more interaction for the actual participants who may actually want to watch the film. So here is an image of certain merchandise and other ancillary products which could be made if the film was actually made. So through the use of the actual poster, that actually influenced what was shown for the top part here, that was shown here, and here you actually see the Empire magazine covers, just to show what they may look like if they were to be bought and used within the actual magazine store layout area, such as given here. So as shown, the examples are made to look as though they have been created in reference to the film's release within cinemas. The merchandise, I hope, looks suitable enough to attract the audience and to increase the likeliness of the film's recognition and likability. The trailer would be the most important in terms of audience gathering, in my opinion, to gain the audience's attention through the promotion of the actual film. So the film itself uses the trailer on many media platforms, including the internet and television. This way the audience will get to see more of the storyline, and as the film has been documented as being made and including crew members with well-recognised reputations, the film's famous cast and crew will also be a huge attraction for the audience. This not only interacts the audience more, but it may even attract a secondary audience, such as fans of a certain cast member or crew member. The trailer itself is more accessible, including its publishment on online websites, which allow streaming, sign adverts, and possibly reviewing websites to use it. Even the cinema website that was mentioned showed the trailers of each film they actually show within their cinema screenings. The trailer itself could also be adjusted to fit the suited audience, most notably on video streaming websites. Green band and red band trailers differ with the use of content shown and the use of, in case of 18 rated films, a lot of the time, no, actually pretty much all the time, mild language and possibly bad behaviour, even sexual content. I doubt sexual content will occur, but bear in mind it is a crime genre film. This will be involved. It does contain a large involvement, especially with previous films from the genre. Even though the poster will vary depending on the areas around the world and how it's released, because around the world, when you actually when you actually have a poster of a film, for example, it will always vary, not always, but a lot of the time it will vary in design due to the actual text layout, the size of the text, the actual translation, but also possible expectations to what the audience may want in a way, because there are certain films which may be portrayed in a certain way in Europe, but in another parts of the world, if it's a horror, it may be deemed as being more gothic, because that gothicness may actually be more common and a more common horror driven feature within the genre, which may actually attract a wider audience again. So however it works, it will differ around the world. And I thought that as a whole the trailer will be the most influential for the larger scale audience who actually intend to see the film. They want to see more of what it's about. So there's a huge importance when it comes to the use of ancillary products for the film, including the way in which it helps to add toward the marketing factor of a film. Ancillary products will also help the film gain extra income. For every issue magazine that Empire, as an example, would sell, the films that are mentioned would presumably receive a percentage amount due to them actually being able to use the rights of the film, their images, and even the film's title. With the growing age of online information and technology, I feel this is extremely important. The film production company could create their own website, allowing the audience and possibly even film fans to search for the film online, gaining greater information about the story and the characters, and even the ability to book tickets online and purchase merchandise products online through varying online purchasing websites. The use of downloadable content such as mobile phone applications would also allow the film to produce through an external company even a possible game. This has happened many times, especially with the comic book genre, but as a whole, games are made from actual stories, such from actual film stories as an example, especially to draw in a wider audience and to actually gain a larger income. And the game could even include a similar storyline to the film. The game may be targeted towards 16 plus audience members, because I doubt many 18 plus age group audience members, I doubt they would actually play a lot on their phone. I mean, they do a lot, but in comparison to younger individuals, I feel it would actually be more suited, as it's hard to say. I just feel that 16-year-olds, they're more likely to go onto their phone as opposed to an 18-year-old who may actually have a games console which is actually their own, due to them having larger amounts of disposable income in comparison. Even though they won't be able to see the film in the cinema, it will possibly aid them to actually gaining interest to see the film later on when they become 18. This will also mean that they will be able to purchase a film at a later stage on a physical copy, which is also another ancillary product to gain a wider audience, attract a wider audience, and also gain larger income for the film itself. Again, the use of ancillary products and the main product creates an appropriate method of advertisement across many forms of media and different platforms. Technology has become a huge influence on the way ancillary products are targeted and also how they actually reach the audience. Through the use of websites to promote the film, I have decided to search for a more recent crime genre film to see if they had a website. And I was able to find one, and here it is, and here is the actual image of what the main page looks like. From what is shown, it actually informs the reader and audience members about the release of the film, and it even shows more about the characters, it shows a gallery, and even gives the date of the film and when it's to be released on DVD later on in the year. Through the technological advancements, films are being advertised electronically as opposed to just the poster and the film trailer on its own, even including the magazine front cover publication. Another huge advantage of technology for publications such as the Empire magazine will be the fact that the magazine is also publishable online. This will attract, presumably, a wider and younger audience, even men in their early 20s, who use the internet more frequently than an older audience group. Empire have their own website, allowing the audience to search through films online, looking at reviews, but also through the latest edition of their most recent magazine. This is also found within the App Store for all Apple products and on the Google Play Store for all Android products, again making the film magazine more accessible, therefore attracting a wider audience, and making it easier for the film to actually be seen on a larger scale. The poster is likely to be seen on the streets. This will be due to there being a lot of space in which the posters could fill, including bus stops, store walls, advertisement blocks, and even on electronic screens such as in central London or in America, especially depending on how big the film is. Buses within the UK, a huge amount of film posters are seen on public transport, attracting a larger audience throughout the country. For other countries, this may be through trams or even trains. Websites. Many site advertisements throughout many websites will incorporate film posters to advertise, including possible reviews and star ratings. These may even link to other websites such as cinema websites, but also the main film website also. The trailer is likely to be seen on television, as the trailer itself will be more for the general audience unless a red band trailer was to be made separately, which does occur more frequently now. Daytime viewing of the trailer will occur on a large scale. This will not only attract and inform a larger audience, but it will also make the film more recognised, therefore adding to the likeliness that the film will be seen. Websites. Similar to the poster, side adverts on websites also show trailers. Depending on the website, they're also interactional for the audience. Another and most popular source will include video streaming websites, which allow a huge amount of film trailers to be viewed online, or even offline, if the user has actually downloaded or saved it to their computer or even their smartphone or tablet. This is also a quick way to get the trailer seen, especially by a worldwide audience number across the world. Cinemas. Before the screening of a film, trailers are often shown, including television advertisements, to actually greatly inform the audience about the products or even the films. This will be advantageous in promoting the film, especially as with each screening there will be a different film being shown. If the film being shown is an 18 rated film, the red band trailer could be shown instead, making it more appealing to the actual age group in which we'll be watching the film as opposed to the film trailer beforehand. The Empire magazine cover is likely to be seen on store shelves. This is where they would be most likely to be sold, including newsagents and bookstores around the UK and around Europe even, if they allow, and especially in America, the selling of magazine publications. The Empire website. This would be a very popular area to advertise and sell the magazine, either electronically or to be sent to the user. The Empire app. This will be an electronic format of the magazine edition, allowing the user to access the magazine on their mobile phones or tablets whenever they want and would like to look at the magazine and possibly even find out more about the film. As a whole, technology has become extremely influential with the use of ancillary products.